Tonight on the MTN 5:30 News on KRTV, shots fired. Great Falls police investigate a possible shooting and stabbing that sent 2 people to the hospital and triggered extra security measures at area schools. Plus,
after a crash left Toby's House Crisis Nursery badly damaged last month, the Great Falls community hasn't stopped showing support. I'm Brianna Juno with MTN News with the full story.
And later, have you cast your ballot?
I am Justin Robichaux, and it is the eve of the election for the city of Great Falls. We'll have an update for you on MTN News.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 5:30 News.
Good evening and thanks for trusting KRTV for your 5:30 News. I'm Tim McGonigal. We begin with a developing story in Great Falls. This afternoon, there was a large police presence near 10th Avenue South and 18th Street South as officers investigated a juvenile disturbance. GFPD said 2 people were taken to the hospital for a possible gunshot wound and stab wound. Police took several persons of interest into custody but spent part of the afternoon searching the area for others who may have been involved.
10 minutes to 2 p.m. this afternoon, officers were dispatched to this location for a report of a disturbance. The initial information indicated that there was a large group of citizens fighting in this location. There was an initial report of somebody being injured with a knife and a quick follow-up report of somebody being injured with a firearm as well. All of these individuals are known to each other, which significantly diminishes the general public risk, but we are still trying to locate 2 more people.
Several area schools implemented shelter-in-place procedures as a precaution. At about 2:45, GFPS transitioned to release with care procedures.
It was another windy weekend throughout north central Montana, but we got a much needed break from the wind today. The wind has been light for the entire day. That's still the case right now. Sustained wind speeds are less than 10 miles per hour in basically all locations within north central Montana. Temperatures are close to average for this time of year, so it is cool outside, especially compared to the temperatures that we did have over the weekend. Right now we are in the 40s in most spots and currently 38 degrees in Browning. We have had a lot of cloud cover today with mostly cloudy to overcast skies. There have been some rain and snow showers in western Montana. In north central Montana, there have been a few rain and mountain snow showers this afternoon and evening, but most locations have been dry. Now, there are going to be some scattered rain and mountain sun showers around tonight and tomorrow as the disturbance works its way through our area. The wind will continue to be on the lighter side for a lot of us tomorrow and Wednesday, but gusty to strong winds will return for the end of the work week. Mild temperatures will also return later this week. Now we'll look at your 7-day forecast in a few minutes.
It's been almost 2 weeks since a vehicle crashed into Toby's House Crisis Nursery on 5th Street North. Since then, the community showed its support to help the nonprofit get back on its feet. And as MTN's Brianna Juno explains, that generosity has carried over into the business world.
In Great Falls, the community is once again coming together to lend a helping hand, this time to Toby's House Crisis Nursery after a vehicle crashed into the building last month.
We had a vehicle accident outside of the nursery that ended up with an SUV coming into our main sleep room and our main activity room downstairs for kids.
Nobody was hurt, but there was a lot of damages and it was more than the insurance from the vehicle would cover.
Toby's House provides emergency childcare for families in crisis, a safe space for children when parents need immediate support. Aaron Wiseman, the owner of Teriyaki Madness in Great Falls, stepped up to give that support back.
Toby's House is an important asset in this community, and we need to do what we can to help Toby's House.
Through the restaurant's Monday fundraisers, 20% of sales went back to Toby's House to help the nonprofit rebuild.
We just are grateful to the whole community for coming together and helping us get the wall back together. We are replacing everything that is inside, from cribs to blankets that had glass shattered on them, that sort of thing.
2 weeks later, most of the wall is put back together, and donations have been received to replace broken and unusable items.
Being part of the community in Great Falls is really important to us. We want to help this community whenever we can.
We're really thrilled. Providing our services for free is one of the cornerstones of us trying to help make our community a healthy place to raise kids.
Toby's House says that the rest of the repairs should be completed by the coming weeks, and it's thanks to the generosity of the community that they're up and running. In Great Falls, Brianna Juno, MTN News.
Great Falls voters have until tomorrow night at 8 to cast their ballots to choose a mayor, a pair of city commissioners, and decide the fate of fireworks in the Electric City. MTN's Justin Robichaux spoke with the Cascade County election administrator to see how the turnout has been.
Election day for the city of Great Falls is Tuesday. I went to election headquarters to see how voter turnout is and if a new voter requirement is causing any issues.
We sent out 30,800 and some ballots. We're right about 9,800 of those coming back. So we're at about 32% of the number that we sent out that have come back.
Cascade County Election Administrator Terry Thompson says so far a few hundred ballots were not valid.
Out of those, 274 of those are the ballots that have been rejected due to no signature, mismatched signature, no year of birth, or mismatched year of birth.
This election cycle is the first year residents have to write down their birth year on the ballot envelope, according to Thompson, and election officials are finding those spaces blank.
The highest percentage, about 54% of those 274 ballots, are related to no birth year being put on there or it mismatched. And most of it's not mismatched, those are fewer, but it's actually people not putting the birth year on the envelope at all.
Thompson adds they are trying to get in touch with voters that have an invalid ballot. Another challenge they're facing is the lack of address updates.
The number of undeliverable ballots that we get back because voters did not update their address with us. So for this election, we're actually at 1,252 ballots came back out of the total 30,863 that we sent out. And that's a high number.
If mail-in and drop-off ballot returns reach close to 40%, according to Thompson, that would be a good number for the election.
I don't expect it to be probably, I think it'll be under 40%. It'll probably be under 38%. We're at 32% today. We have 24 hours to go, a little over 24 hours to go. So I would imagine if we get to 38%, that'll be a pretty good number.
Cascade County election staff says drop-off for ballots will be at Exhibition Hall and the Courthouse Annex from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Tuesday. In Great Falls, Justin Robichaux, MTN News.
Therapy dogs can make a huge difference for people who are struggling or in crisis. In this week's Positive Impact, MTN's Eric Johnson meets with members of the Alliance for Therapy Dogs group. Now, they're based in Cheyenne, Wyoming, but the group also provides therapy dog services here in Great Falls, and they're seeking new dogs to get certified for pet therapy.
Sneeze. Good job.
In life's toughest moments, sometimes all it takes is a simple smile or unconditional love from a furry friend to help us keep moving forward.
I work on the rehab unit, and I saw what benefits that bringing the dogs up, had on people.
Debbie English, along with her Lhasa Apso Max, is part of a team of 8 that visits retirement homes and rehab centers to try and reduce stress and anxiety and provide emotional support to patients and residents.
We offer a therapy class, so we will put you through the paces of what you might see in some of the facilities.
The dogs are tested and certified by the Alliance for Therapy Dogs. Their vets also insure them, covering incidents like scratches or bites.
The ability to have kids pull on your ears and pull on your tail and not, bite or be aggressive towards those kids or other animals.
Audrey Finlayson, who evaluates the dogs, says they need to be able to handle noises and be comfortable around multiple people.
So we look at that and we do some different tests and have them do different activities to see how they react to different things.
The group only requires dogs to participate in a session once every 90 days to stay an active member. And all dogs, regardless of breed, are welcome.
I don't think it depends on the breed. I think it depends on how they're raised. So, you could have a pit bull that is a therapy dog. It's just in its temperament.
Your dog must be adaptable as they work with a variety of groups from hospice patients to groups of kids. You can be sure that your dog will truly make a difference.
And it was a particular dog's first time going to be a pet therapy dog. And then this person came over and she grabbed that dog around the neck. It happened to be a German Shepherd. She cried with the dog for about 20 minutes and the dog was able to provide her some of the grief that she was having because her house had burned down and she had lost just about everything.
The group is actively seeking more therapy dogs to serve the Great Falls community. For more information on how you can get your dog involved in pet therapy, visit our website. In Great Falls, Eric Johnson, MTN News.
Bungee fitness is a form of workout that has been taking the internet by storm. Well, now you can experience that firsthand in Great Falls as the first bungee gym location has opened. Bungee fitness is a low-impact workout that uses a harness and bungee cord typically attached to a ceiling to work out cardio, strength, and aerial training. Owner Melissa Hom is an experienced orthopedic nurse and hopes that this workout form can be used as a form of physical therapy down the line.
We have none in Montana, none close by. We went to Utah for our certifications. The other part that I wanted it for is gyms are intimidating. I don't like walking into a gym. And most people around my age were saying the same thing. And I'm like, how can we get moving? Everybody's talking about bungee. How can I do that? So I started doing research and talking to more people. And the deeper I got into it, I was like, I can do this.
The gym has had some successful open houses recently and is hopeful that they can officially open the studio to classes in December or January.
Thanks to relatively mild weather, Montana's opening weekend for the general hunting season found lots of hunters out in the field. I'm Chet Lehman. Coming up, we talk with FWP about the numbers from 2 check stations in Region 3 and how those numbers are by no means reflective of what could happen for the rest of Montana's hunting season.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching the MTN 530 News.
Relatively nice weather for the opening weekend of Montana's general hunting season found lots of hunters in the field, but not a lot of game in the freezer. MTN's Chet Lehman spoke with FWP about what they saw and check stations for the opener and how that isn't reflective of what can happen for the rest of the season.
A little snow in the upper elevations greeted hunters for opening weekend, and according to the Montana Department of Fish, Wildlife and Parks, there were a lot of them out that weekend.
We did see really high hunter participation. I think what contributed to that, we had really mild weather going into opening weekend, and generally that means a lot of hunters try and get out and take advantage of that first weekend of general season.
At the Cameron Check Station south of Ennis, FWP talked to 586 hunters who harvested 36 elk, 6 mule deer, 3 pronghorn, 5 whitetail, 2 black bears, and a mountain goat. Deer and elk success rate ran 8.2%. At the Gallatin Canyon Station, 253 hunters harvested 16 elk, 1 whitetail, 1 mule deer, both bucks, and a billy mountain goat. Deer and elk success rate at this station, 7.5%. Cameron's success rate a little below average for opening weekend. The Canyon a little above. All hunter information critical, successful or not, to FWP.
You know, only a certain percentage of them actually harvest something. That in itself is an important data point. That helps us get a sense of hunter success, how it's going, and you know how you know the kinds of things people are seeing while they're in the field. All that kind of stuff is really valuable information for us.
The big ask is, when will the migration begin? That answer always weather dependent. That's why Montana hunters are so fortunate. 5-week season almost always includes the migration, which isn't true in every other state.
The abundance of wildlife that we have, which allows for the length of the seasons that we enjoy, and really just provides a lot of opportunity for people. You know, whether you were able to make it out on opening weekend, or if you like to wait until November comes around and we start getting some more snow. There's opportunities there for everyone.
Jacobson reminds all hunters need to stop at a game check station, whether they're successful or not. That information critical for forming next year's hunting opportunities. In the Gallatin Canyon, Chet Lehman, MTN News.